I want to talk to you about a massive personal loan from Loanme. We're talking about $20,000, open to all kinds of credit, low credit, no credit, bad credit. I want you to stick around until the end of today's conversation because you're going to love the info. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Suite Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's convo, I want to speak to you about a large personal loan from Loanme, $20,000 maximum. Before I get into the actual nitty-gritty, please understand that this show is strictly instructional, informational, and educational. We have no association with or no relationship with this lender, Loanme, and they have not compensated us to do this show. Okay, so this is purely informational. Let me give you a few facts about the loan. So here we are speaking about what a loan that is this is a personal loan, unsecured. So you don't have to make any deposit, any personal guarantee. No, it's unsecured. So the amount will fluctuate between $600 to $20,000, depending on your credit worthiness. APR very low. We're looking at 7 to 25.99%. Fantastic. In terms of fees, you have interest only, and you also have no prepayment penalty in some cases. So it's only interest that constitutes the fees, but in some states, you might have to pay a prepayment penalty. But overall, they say on their website, and we reached out to them, we asked them, they said that they don't charge any prepayment penalty. The loan duration up to 5 years, and time to funding within 4 hours to 48 hours, and there are no extra conditions. Fantastic. And there are two interesting things that we have found while researching this loan from Loanme is that, first of all, you gotta be you can have they can actually fund up to $10,000, and this kind of funding is offered 7 days a week. So in other words, if you want to get a loan, let's say on Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon, you don't have to wait for Monday. They might fund you up to $10,000. So on the weekend and on holidays, they have reduced the loan amount to 10 grand. You must have an active debit card available to be eligible for this funding option though. And your loan agent will be able to support you with more details. And another thing that you also need to keep in mind is that they don't charge you a penalty for paying off your loan early. This is great. As a matter of fact, Loanme has said on their website that they encourage their customers to pay off the loan as soon as possible to reduce the amount of interest that they pay on the funds they borrow. So this is great. This is a responsible lender. And of course, you got to be 18 years of age or older to qualify. I'll speak about the application process later on, but yeah. So now let me give you a snapshot, a glimpse into Loanme. Who is this lender? Folks, we are speaking again about a huge loan, a huge personal loan from Loanme, $20,000. $20,000, you can do a lot of stuff with that, right? So who is Loanme? Loanme actually is one of those alternative lenders that have been operating the last few years. They've done a great job. They have run an excellent ship in terms of their business model. And so after evaluating this lender on several criteria, including the variety of loans, the amount and generosity of the loan amounts, the cost, including APR and other fees, their reputation, and their customer service, we have assigned a score of 9 over 10 to this company. As a matter of fact, our review and our ratings are corroborated, are confirmed by reviewers on the internet. As a matter of fact, if you go to a Trustpilot, for example, Loanme has received 1,626 reviews, and overall, their rating is excellent, 4.5 stars out of 5. This is fantastic. And we love this company because, again, they have an efficient loan process. In other words, you can get the cash ASAP. You know, they will help you get the money you need in a fast, secure, and trusted way. Okay, and they have 24/7 approvals. Think about it. Name me a lender that is open over the weekend, that is open on Christmas Day, when everybody's partying and having fun, or on Thanksgiving Day. They're approving you for $10,000. So this is great. They have 24/7 approvals, and this is wonderful. So the personal loan is available. You can get funded. You can get funded 7 days a week. You can get funded in 3 to 4 hours. And you can pre-qualify risk-free. In other words, you can pre-qualify. You can see if the amount you qualify for without risking a hard pull. So this is great. There is no risk to your credit score. And once you agree to the amount and the terms, then they will proceed with a hard pull. But you have the ability to pre-qualify. So 9 over 10, great lender, Loanme. I want to talk to you now about the eligibility criteria, right? It's important because, again, folks, we're talking about a colossal loan, personal loan from Loanme, $20,000. I want you to focus on that. That's the maximum. You might qualify for it or not qualify for that amount, but you might qualify for something in between, right? 10 grand, 15 grand. It's all good, right? So what are the eligibility criteria? So they want you to be at least 18 years of age. In Alaska and Hawaii, it's 19 years of age, I believe, based on our last research. In other words, they want you to be an adult. They want you to be, obviously, I'm not saying that at 18 you're an adult or 19 you're an adult, but we're looking at this strictly from a contractual perspective, a legal perspective. So they want you to be 18 years of age. You have to apply for an amount between $600 and $20,000. You need to have a checking account. Checking account is very important because they are going to check your transactional history, and they want you to have online banking because they're going to link your loan account to your checking account. They want to have a voided check. I mean, who uses voided checks these days? Well, my mother or my dad, for example. But yeah, if you have a voided check, then they want to see that. You don't have to send it to them. You can scan it. Just scan it and send it to Loanme. They have if you go to their website, they have an email address. Just send it to customer support, or you want to contact customer support. As a matter of fact, you can even during the application process, you can even upload that information to the Loanme database. They want to see also recent pay stub. And this could be for the last 3 months. If you've been paid on a monthly basis, it will be 3 pay stubs. If you've been paid on every 2 weeks, that will be the last 6 pay stubs. And they also want to have a driver's license or a valid ID. This is for identification purposes. This is very important. You have to understand that there are strict regulations around the lending business, including AML, anti-money laundering businesses. Anti-money laundering risk, right? Loanme also wants you to provide proof of self-employment. In other words, let's just say you just self-employed, or you have your sole proprietorship, you're doing stuff on the side, or you have a series of side gigs. They really don't care about the job you're doing as long as it is legit and it is earning you money. It is generating revenue. That's all they care about. So proof of self-employment, if applicable. And just keep in mind, as I said earlier, that lending and borrowing in general those two are state affairs. In other words, they are regulated at the state level. So the minimum loan amount may vary by state. Okay. And so this is all you need to know. Folks, are you excited about this? I'm just so excited about this. We're talking about what? We're talking about a colossal loan, a $20K maximum loan from Loanme, personal loan from Loanme. So now let's talk about the use of loan proceeds. What can you use the money for? And this is based on the loans that Loanme has approved in the past. There is a plethora of things you can use the loan for, including debt consolidation. Let's say you have several credit cards, and those credit cards in aggregates show an amount of a debt amount of let's say 12 grand, and you're just tired of tracking, keeping track of all those 6 or 7 credit cards, and it's just a lot of stuff, and you want to consolidate everything, then you can go with Loanme. Get a loan, and the Loanme will pay off all those credit cards for you, or they will send you the check or the amount, and you take care of the payment yourself. But either way, you're just trying to consolidate things and have peace of mind. You can use the money also for major purposes, major purchases rather. Actually, Loanme encourages that. So if you have, let's say you have a car, you want to buy a car, a used car, because I don't think there are a lot of new cars that are under 20K. So you can buy a used car with that. You can actually take care of medical expenses. Stuff happens, right? The last thing you want is to file bankruptcy because of a medical intervention. So, if you qualify for a loan from Loanme, go ahead and take care of your health first, right? And also, Loanme can be considered as a payday loan alternative. As a matter of fact, we have covered the payday loan topic, and we believe that Loanme, a personal loan from Loanme, is way better than a payday loan. You can take care of car repairs with the Loanme loan. You can pay rent if you have some arrears in terms of your rent. If you have fallen behind for life events, let's say a marriage or a new birth in the family, and for emergencies. So again, as you can see, there is a constellation of activities you can use the loan for. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still talking about a massive personal loan. I'm talking up to $20,000 from Loanme. Fantastic. So in this show, I will show you what kind of evidence you need. So right now, let's talk about evidence. So the evidence is pretty simple. Besides what I just told you earlier, that you want to, your checking accounts, your pay stubs, your driver's license, your ID, you need to add other stuff. So they might ask for your financial statements. So, comprehensive financial statements, right? So everything from your income statements all the way to your balance sheet, to your statement of cash flow. They might ask for your bank statements. That's why they wanted you to have online banking so they can track things quickly. And they might ask for up to 3 months, the last 3 months in terms of your bank statements. They might want to see your income tax returns. So your 1040 for the last 3 years. If you file single or you filed married, filing jointly, they want to get a clear idea of what's going on in your life. And if you have a business, they might also be interested in your business's financials, right? Whether you are running your business as a separate entity, aka LLC, S Corp, C Corp, or as a part of your personal affairs. In other words, you are a sole proprietorship. Okay, and they might also want to get some info about you might want to see your resume. We've seen cases where Loanme has asked the borrower, especially when you are talking about a high amount, let's say $20,000, and you want to use the money to relocate. Let's say you got a new job in Texas and you are moving from Georgia to Texas, and you want to get a loan to take care of the relocation. They might want to see your resume and see that what work you do. Also verify employment, right? But also see whether or not what you're telling them on the application form is actually true. In other words, you indeed got a new job in Texas, and they might even want to see the job offer letter. What I'm trying to say here is that the amount of evidence that is needed depends on your particular situation and depends on the underwriting process. They might also ask you why you're applying for the loan. What are you going to use the money for? Are you using the money to buy an asset, such as a car, a used car, or a bike or a motorbike? And they might also want to have an idea of what kind of personal debts do you have already, and who are your creditors? Is this a joint loan application? Are you co-borrowing? Are you co-signing? So the bottom line here is they want to have an idea of financial stability and something called DTI, your debt to income ratio. So this is why they're asking this kind of information. Now let's talk about something very interesting. Let's talk about how to qualify, how to apply. Okay, folks, in this show, I'm still talking to you about a massive personal loan from Loanme. Okay, this is a great loan, fantastic loan. And there are several ways you can apply. You can apply via email, you can apply via fax, you can fax them the application form if you are instructed to do so. It depends upon what the customer service rep tells you. You can apply online through a web form. Sometimes they do take phone applications, okay, or mailing or Loanme, mailing or visit to a branch, sorry. It really depends on the state where you live. And the Loanme sales rep will tell you how to take care of the application process. There is a pre-qualification process in place. And we love that. What does pre-qualification mean? It means that you are sending them your basic information about yourself, your address, your phone number, and all that kind of stuff. And what they will do is they will actually, their algorithm will look into public data and other data that they have, proprietary data, to see if you pre-qualify. In other words, if you are quote unquote a good risk profile. And they will give you, based on that information, they will give you a certain amount and a certain APR, and you have to say if you agree or not. And once you are comfortable and you agree with the pre-qualification terms, then they basically ask you about your social, your employment status, and net worth. And once they ask your social, you know where that's going, right? We're talking here a hard pull. Now, a hard pull means that your credit history will take a dent. But that's if you decide to proceed with the application process, and because they want to have a better idea of your credit worthiness. And so the application is pretty straightforward. Sometimes the application process has some glitches, especially when the site is doing maintenance or there are too many people applying for a loan. And we have seen that. We have seen that while applying, while testing the system. Okay. And the bottom line here is that, folks, whatever happens, whether you have a glitch, the system is not working out, the website is down, whatever, simply call them up. Or even better, request a callback, because there are ways to get the $20K personal loan. And if you can't get them through the website, call them back or ask them to call you back so they can actually instruct you on what to do next. Folks, now let me give you a few pro tips. When it comes to Loanme, and again, I'm talking about a colossal $20,000 maximum personal loan from Loanme. This is what we're talking about today, right, folks? And so here are a few pro tips. With Loanme, they love transparency and they love speed. Actually, they love three things. They love transparency, they love speed, and most importantly, they love borrowers who are prepared. So preparation, transparency, and speed. What does that mean? It means that before you actually reach out to them, be prepared. You want to have your documents in order. You want to take care of everything that is important, right? Your bank statements, your financial statements, your if you have an offer letter, your resume in some cases. And if you want to use the money to buy something, to buy an asset, do you have a bill, like a pending bill from a vendor that, this is how much this, let's say this home improvement project will cost you? So that's about preparation. They love transparency. In other words, you are telling them everything up front. You're not hiding anything from them. You basically are very forthcoming, and you're basically filling the application form truthfully, giving them all the information they need. They love that. So besides transparency and preparation, they love speed also. In other words, when they get back to you, so what's going to happen here is that when you pre-qualify, let's say you pre-qualify for 18 grand, right? And you don't like the term, so you say, I just want 15 grand or 14 grand. and you send them all the paperwork. They will review it and they will get back to you. They'll ask you additional info if needed. When they ask you to provide additional information, you want to be as fast as possible. Very important, because that tells them that you are taking the whole process seriously, and they will tell the underwriter that they should treat your dossier as a priority, and they will approve you as quickly as possible. One thing you also need to understand is that if you don't qualify for a loan with Loanme, don't panic. Don't be depressed. Don't be sick. Whatever. No, there are tons of lenders. There are not tons, really. That's bad English right there. There are several lenders out there that will approve you. We have covered this topic at length on other shows, so you just might want to avail yourself of those shows. All right, folks, this was it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about a massive personal loan from Loanme. And this is a great company, and I've spoken to you about the facts of the loan, the lender at a glance, the eligibility criteria, the use of loan proceeds, evidence needed, how to apply, and I've given you a few pro tips. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.